Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to Secret Life of Horror. My name is Danny, and today I have a pretty fun video for you guys. As you know, or as some of you guys know, I am a assistant manager at the local theater here in Tahlequah, and I get a really cool chance to not only see the movies early, but also collect something I love, and that is movie posters. Typically, we don't really have a system or have anything we do with the posters after the movies or anything. And so more than likely, if none of the employees want them, they typically go in the trash, but our theater specifically likes to save them. And so I was able to get a few posters that were older, like Hereditary, and I got Splice, and even got to get Justice League, which was really cool. So really cool to have those older posters, but what's been really cool is I've been able to collect quite a few since then. So some of the posters that I've gotten are really exciting. I haven't displayed all of them just yet, just because I don't exactly have the room to put them all up right now. But one of my main goals is to eventually have like a whole room where I have every single poster I have, like not the signed ones, but the other ones just displayed like on top of each other, just make it fully surrounded by movie posters. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and dive right into them because they are pretty much all 2024 releases, or some 2020, not really 2023s, but yeah, I think they're all 2024, but really cool posters nonetheless. So first up, it's the least horror on here, but I do consider it horror myself. It is more of a thriller, I guess you would say, and that is Civil War. Civil War was it was an A24 movie. I forgot who made it, but it was a really well done film in my opinion. It was essentially like Texas and California become like their own country, and it was them versus the rest of America. Really good stuff. I really enjoyed it. It was pretty scary too, as any political movie like that deals real life and shows real life scenarios, much like Red Dawn, is pretty scary in itself. But yeah, it is kind of an action movie, but it seemed more thriller in my opinion. But really cool poster to have. I love the artwork. Really cool. So next up is some of the ones, these ones are the ones that I have already on the wall. The first one is Imaginary. Imaginary I thought was a great film. It was Blumhouse, I believe. But I loved the movie. It was a PG-13 film, but it very much lived in it, but it thrived in that genre. It felt very much like it added to the magicalness of the movie. But it was very tame, I guess you'd say. A lot of people didn't like it, but I loved it, especially Betty Buckley's character. Betty Buckley was pretty dope in the movie, I thought. And I loved the bear. The practical bear looked pretty sick. I was surprised that they pulled off such good practical effects in the movie, because we don't really see that too much these days. But I liked Imaginary. I'm not sure where it's I know it's streaming for sure, but check it out. Next up was one of the Billy that came out in February, and that was Abigail. I do have it hanging up already. I loved this movie. This is contender, at least in top 5 right now for horror movie of the year for me personally. I know the guy that plays Fezco in Euphoria, this was his last ever role in anything, so that's pretty crazy. And a lot of people like the movie because of that, but he was just a really great character. But the movie was all around great. I loved it. I watched it like 2 or 3 times while I was playing at our theater, and I thought it was really well done. And it's, like I said, it's one of the better horror movies of the year. Check it out if you haven't. You're really missing out if you haven't. Next up is Strangers Prey at Night. I put this one up just because I really love the artwork. It was kind of a lesser on my, it's lower on my list in terms of where the horror movies ranked so far in 2024. But it was alright. I thought it wasn't a bad film, but I love the Strangers artwork. I love the look of the characters personally. I love especially like the Sackhead, I forgot their names. I know they all have like actual names, but the Sackhead man and like the girl, I don't know, the brunette girl, I forgot what they call her, the pin-up girl or whatever. But I love the way those masks look, and so it's really cool to have them on posters because they look really well, and at night they really pop, and so I love that they're on my wall. Next up is a really underrated movie for this year in my opinion so far, and that is Quiet Place Day One. I really loved this movie. I thought it was super well done, really superb acting, but just filmmaking in whole, I thought it was really well done. I thought they captured the spirit of the original movie and really told their own story. I was really questioning with it being not including like the Emily Blunt character and all that. I thought it was going to be dull, or like it was just going to be another run-of-the-mill movie, but I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the aspects of it, and I love the artwork. I think Joseph Quinn's character was my favorite in the movie just because it's such a different side from like his Eddie Munson character. But really well done film. I think that one is streaming as well, so check that one out too. Next up was a curveball of the year. Not a bad movie, not the best movie, and that is Taro. Taro is very in the middle. I'm not sure if it'll make top 10, but it was another PG-13 horror film. We got a lot of those this year so far. I thought Taro was a really good like teen movie. Like it really felt like it captured the spirit of like young adults and stuff and curiosity. Not as good as Thanksgiving and capturing that, but I really liked the movie Taro. I thought it was decent enough. I watched it a couple times, but yeah, it's not going to be one in the top 10 probably, but it is a really great film. And the artwork is phenomenal. Just look at the poster. I love the way that the cards are dealt. Like, I just love the way that it looks. And yeah, not too bad of a movie. Next up, another not too bad movie, very much in the middle, starring Dakota Fanning, and that was The Watchers. I did a review on quite a few of these movies, but I remember this one vividly because I was pretty fond of the movie. I think it wasn't too bad. Like, I know it got a lot of hate nowadays, like now that it's come out and stuff. People are hating on it quite a bit, but I liked it personally. It's not really a spoiler now. It's the main villain's like fairies or something, but I don't really enjoy that much. I enjoy more of the horror side of it. I was scared the whole time. I was really intrigued and I was into it, and I think that's all that matters because I liked it. But I love the artwork. I think the artwork is great. I don't remember her name, but the character from Mandy, she was really good in the movie as well. And yeah, it was a really solid film. Next up is a surprising one that I didn't like as much. I thought it was still good, but not as good as the predecessors in the series, and that is Maxine. Pretty stoked to have the poster though. I'm happy to have it because, like I said, I do like the movie. I love Ty West. Anything Ty West I'll watch because one of my favorites of his is House of the Devil. But I think Maxine was a little bit not as good as X. That's just my personal opinion because I do love 70s horror, and so I felt that one was very much in the alley of 70s horror. Maxine did good capturing the 80s, but it just wasn't what we all expected, I guess. I don't want to spoil the movie, but it was still a good film. It's still good. Probably still be in the top 10 just because of the horror aspects alone, because that's what it's all about. It's not so much about the acting or the filmmaking, but how horrifying it actually is. And it was good. I liked it. Next is another one of the most anticipated of the year, and I'm pretty happy to have the poster, and that is Longlegs. Longlegs, really well done. With like investigation, kind of true crime, I guess, kind of movie. Very much in the vein of like Silence of the Lambs or like Mindhunters, things like it very much felt like you was watching a true story, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great acting, great filmmaking. I know some people thought it was lackluster or boring and stuff, but I think those are people that just don't understand it, or people that a lot of these kinds of movies really fly over their head, and for us hardcore horror fans, they're the kind of movies we really draw to because they do something different. They tell a story, they have something to say most of the time, and that's what I like personally. I like movies that aren't afraid to take risks and aren't afraid to make a statement either. So lastly, finally, to the last one that I have acquired, and it is personally so far out of all of these my favorite in the stack, not just movie wise but poster wise, and that is The First Omen. I loved The First Omen. I thought it was phenomenal, especially watching it in theaters. Immaculate was really good, but I felt First Omen did the Nun thing better, and I really loved it. I think it was a perfect addition to the Omen franchise, and it might be my favorite next to the first one in the whole franchise. And honestly, I think this one is a very good contender for horror. I think it's what we needed in the horror franchise, in the horror industry as a whole, because it took risks. It was very graphic. It did things that people have not done in movies yet, and that's what we need. Not so much on the nasty side of things, but we need people that are willing to do that. People that are willing to say, well, I have this idea, it's never been done before, so let's do it. And even though it is a part of a series, it's not exactly a remake, but it grows on the story. It felt like it really expanded the lore, and it felt like it was a good addition to what we had before, not taking away of anything, kind of like the Halloween trilogy that came out in 2018 and so forth. But I loved it. I loved The First Omen. But anyways, that's all the posters I got. I think they're really good. I really enjoy them, and hopefully you'll get to see them hanging up soon. I'd really love to be able to have like all my posters. That's my dream setting for my videos, is to have all my posters hung up behind me and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna keep going because like if you've seen my haul video I just got one at Houston Horror Film Festival, Freddy Krueger, and I don't think I'm gonna be stopping anytime soon getting posters. But anyways, that's all that I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want any posters, because we do have some at the theaters too, and most of them are either going to be sitting there for a very long time or not going to be of any use. So if you see any of these posters, we might still have these exact posters at our theater, so let me know if you'd like one and I'd be happy to hook you up. But anyways, like I said, that's all I got for you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.